Hey y'all, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Leilana Joy, and on this channel we're to focus on body care, especially Bath and Body Works, but also lifestyle here and there. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a September Shop My Stash. So if that sounds interesting, then you guys keep on watching. So as I said, in today's video, we're going to be doing a September Shop My Stash. So as you guys know, I used to do project use-ups on my channel pretty often and frequently, but I also used to be someone who used to hoard fragrances that I really loved. And so because project use-ups had so much pressure on them and then you actually had to use up the products, I would never add fragrances that I enjoyed into those projects just because I love them. And so because I never added fragrances that I enjoyed into those projects, I never really made much progress with those projects, and they were just a complete and total hot mess, and I just didn't enjoy doing those. And so I've realized, and I've been watching a lot of these Shop My Stash videos, and I've decided to go ahead and start doing this series on my channel. So every beginning of the month, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys products I want to go ahead and focus on for the month, and there's not going to be as much pressure as project use it ups. I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy these products, and if I use them up, that's okay, and if I don't, that's also okay. And I want to become someone who actually uses the products that I really enjoy when I'm enjoying them, just to go ahead and get them out of my collection. And I don't want to keep hoarding products that I love just to keep them forever. So that's what I'm trying to work on with the Shop My Stash series. So for this month, it's a little bit special because it's my birthday month. So I wanted to go and make sure that I added a lot of fragrances that I really love. So I added my favorite perfumey fragrance. I added some gourmands that I've really been loving, and I've just been adding a lot of fragrances that I've been really loving. And I also added a couple fragrances I wanted to go ahead and just test and try out, and I'm so excited to go and show you guys everything. But before we go ahead and get into the video, I do want to mention that I am no longer going to be having a set schedule for posting. I used to have one before I started moving, but then after I started moving, it's become very hectic, and also school is starting up again, so I decided to not have a set schedule anymore. But my goal is to post at least once a week to 2+ times a week, but at least once a week, at most probably 2 or 3 times a week, just because I've been really busy lately, and also with moving, so I'm gonna be even more busy. So that's what I wanted to go and say. Anyway, let's go and get started with the video. So the first product that I have in this little Shop My Stash for September is a white pumpkin and chai. It's a little mini, it's very tiny, and I've used up about half of it, so I have probably around an ounce left. This one is so good, y'all. It is a sweet, spicy, cinnamony vanilla, and it's much sweeter than the Vanilla Romance one, and I really love this one. This one is so good, and I've had this for years, and this is the only product that I have in this scent, and so I've literally been hoarding it because I love it so much. But again, I don't want to do that anymore, so I decided to go ahead and add it into this Shop My Stash, and I'm gonna go ahead and not try to use it up, but if I do use it up, I'm gonna be completely okay with that, and if I don't, I'll also be completely okay with that. So I'm very excited to go ahead and finally enjoy it and get as much use out of it as I want to. So that is a white pumpkin and chai. The next mini in this little Shop My Stash is Vacation Vibe. So I recently purchased the full size to this one as well, and at first I was going to go ahead and keep it in my backups cabinet until I finished up Sunset Glow, because they do remind me a lot of each other, but then I realized they are similar but they're not the exact same. So I want to go ahead and just test the little mini out. I want to go ahead and experiment with it, so I'm going to go ahead and add it into this Shop My Stash for September. And this one is a sweet, I was gonna say cinnamony, but this is just a sweet pistachio scent. It's so good, and I do feel like this would pair well with a lot of different fragrances for fall. So I'm just gonna go ahead and experiment with this one this month. So that is a Vacation Vibe. The next mini that I want to go ahead and have in this Shop My Stash is Gam Vibrant. As you can see, there's literally barely anything left. Gam Vibrant was my favorite fragrance for so long, and I haven't used it in quite a while, actually. I don't think I've used it for maybe about a year. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I do want to go ahead and just try to get back into it and experiment with it again. It is a sweet, fruity blackberry with a little bit of violets and a little bit of vanilla. It's so good. And I think it's also a really nice fall scent. I'm not sure why they didn't bring this one back for fall, because this one is a sweet fragrance, so it's definitely perfect for fall. And because it's a blackberry scent, it's a little bit deeper and more heavy than raspberry. And I really enjoyed this one, and I do have quite a few fragrances that I plan on using this one with. So to pair with that, I actually went ahead and put in my blackberry and basil body cream. So I only had one body cream in this fragrance, and then I also had 2 fragrance mist. So my mist is quite full. My mist is about 1/4 of the way gone, so it's quite full compared to this. And this is like, there's barely anything in here. So I decided to go and put this in the project because I love this fragrance so much, and I want to enjoy it while it's still good. And I've had it for about 2 years, so I think it's time to go ahead and finally enjoy it to however much I want to enjoy it. So I feel like this will pair really, really well with each other. And if I finish them up, that's great. But if I don't, I'm also okay with that as well. So that is Gam Vibrant in Blackberry and Basil. So the next one that I want to go ahead and talk about is Fall in Bloom. So this one has notes of Juicy Plum, Wild Blooms, and Velvet Moss. It is a deep, floral, earthy kind of scent, and it's perfect for fall, but it's also perfect for all year round. It's very perfumey, and it's beautiful, y'all. It's beautiful. And I've had it for like 2 years, and I haven't made that much of a dent. It's about right here. I also had a mini as well, and I just haven't made that much of a dent. So I want to go ahead and experiment with this September and use it up and pair it up with different things to go ahead and get some use out of it and see how I like wearing this one. I've used it a couple times throughout the past week, and I've really enjoyed it, and so I'm really excited to go ahead and get some use out of this one. So that is Fall in Bloom. The next one that I have in this Shop My Stash is Everlasting Magic. This one came out last year, I believe, and they didn't bring this one back this year. So it only came out one time. The notes are Bejeweled Berries, Phantom Petals, and Magic Musk. Now, this has very generic notes, very, very generic. We see these notes all the time in a lot of different berry scents, but this scent is unique itself. Like, this is a very unique, powdery, musky, slightly sweet scent. And because it was so unique, I never really used it last year. I had nothing to pair with it because I never bought the matching moisturizer. But this year, I want to go ahead and experiment with it, and I want to go ahead and use it with different fragrances like Blush Cardigan, Blackberries, and Basil. Like, I just want to go ahead and experiment with this one, and I'm very excited to go ahead and start experimenting. I've used this, I think, once or twice within the past couple of weeks, and I've really enjoyed it. It's a very unique scent, so I want to go ahead and find out how I like to wear it personally because I don't have a matching moisturizer. So that is Everlasting Magic. Now, the next one is more of a newer fragrance. This one is Vanilla Romance. The notes are Fresh Cardamom, Vanilla Absolute, and Captivating Woods. So this is one of the fragrances that I've been really, really enjoying. And because I'm enjoying it right now, I want to go ahead and enjoy it as much as possible for the month of September. Oh, it's so good. Spicy and smoky with a little bit of sweetness. I never thought that I was a spicy, smoky scent person, but this one smells so good. And I feel like a lot of people, when they did review this, they didn't smell much sweetness in it, but I smell quite a lot of sweetness in this one. And I could also pair it up with other sweet vanilla fragrances to give it even more sweetness. And I've just been really enjoying this one, so I want to go ahead and enjoy it to its full potential this month, and maybe even next month as well. I'm kind of thinking about moving a lot of these products over for the next month because I really do enjoy these, and if I don't finish them, I want to go ahead and enjoy them as much as possible this fall. But this is Vanilla Romance. I really love this one, and if I do finish it up, I'm okay with that because I am planning to get backups of it. As of right now, I do want 2 backups, but we will see when the time actually comes to purchase them. So that is Vanilla Romance. And the next one that I have is Pumpkin Swirl Cake. This one has notes of pumpkin spice, caramel toffee, and creamy vanilla. This is one of the gourmands that I've just been absolutely loving for the past few weeks. I've used this about halfway. I think it's down here. So I've used this about halfway. And when I tell you I've never used a fragrance this fast, like I've never used a fragrance this fast. It's so good. It's like a pumpkin bread. It's not too heavy on the pumpkin either. So I do believe that this could be good for fall, winter, and maybe even a little bit of spring as well. I really, really love this one. This one's so good. I paired a lot with the EOS Vanilla Cashmere Lotion. I've just been loving this one. So if I use it up this September, I'm not going to be super mad because I do plan on purchasing backups just because of how much I love it. And if I don't use it up, that's also okay as well. So that is Pumpkin Swirl Cake. So the next fragrance that I want to go ahead and use in the Shop My Stash is Blueberry Bun Cake. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the actual sets. This one is so good. This is another gourmand fragrance that I've absolutely been loving. This one is about halfway used up as well compared to Pumpkin Swirl Cake, and I've been using this almost every single day, and I've never used a fragrance this fast just like Pumpkin Swirl Cake. And because I've been using it every single day and just been absolutely enjoying it, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy it to its fullest potential in September as well. And if I finish it up, that's okay, and if I also don't, that's also okay. But I do plan on purchasing more backups to this one as well because it's one of my favorite gourmand scents. So that is a Blueberry Bun Cake. The next set that I have in the Shop My Stash is Sweetheart Cherry in the body cream and in the mist. The notes are wild cherry, crushed pistachio, and whipped vanilla. Ugh, it's so good. It's a very sweet maraschino cherry, and then it dries down a little bit more pistachio-y. This one's so good, and because there's so little left of it, I'm going to go ahead and just enjoy this one. And if I finish it up, that's all right, because I do have a backup of the mist, and if I don't, that's also okay. I just want to go ahead and enjoy this one to its fullest potential. I stopped myself from wearing it in spring because of how much I loved it, but then I was like, girl, just enjoy it. If you love it right now, just enjoy it while you have it and enjoy it while you love it, because in the future you might not love it and then maybe it'll stay in your collection for too long and stuff like that. So I do have this much in the mist left, I think, so barely anything, and then the body cream is like getting down there. So I'm really excited to go ahead and use this one, or even use it up. Like, this one is so good. So that one is Sweetheart Cherry. And the next set that I have in the Shop My Stash is Midnight Amber Glow. This one came out a few years ago. This one has notes of smooth amber, caramel latte, and vanilla bourbon. I wore this to my homecoming, and I feel like ever since I wore it to my homecoming, I never wore it after. This is a very deep, dark, heavy scent for the fall, and because I used to live in a very hot climate, and it was so hot, y'all. It was like the 90s and the 80s in the fall time. It was not cold whatsoever, and so because this is such a heavy scent, I was never able to wear it. But now that I'm living in the literal middle of nowhere, and it gets pretty cold here during the winters and fall, so I'm very excited to go ahead and start wearing this one and enjoying it. It's so deep, it's sweet, but it's not super sweet. It has that bourbon note, and it has a lot of amber in it as well. It's so good. And honestly, I might finish it up, I might not. We have no idea, because I've never really allowed myself to fully enjoy this one because of how heavy and deep it is. But I'm so excited to go ahead and experiment with it and use it, and I'm so excited. So that one is Midnight Amber Glow. And the last set that I have in this little Shop My Stash is one of my favorite perfumey scents, and because it's my birthday month this month, I wanted to go ahead and do a little bit of a perfumey scent for my birthday month. So this is 1,000 Wishes. I went through one mist already. So I have a full-size mist. This is pretty much full to the top, and then I have a lotion that's about halfway gone through, and then I also have a mini body cream as well. So this one has notes of pink prosecco, sparkling quince, crystal peonies, gilded amber, and amaretto cream. This is my favorite for a reason. It's so good. It's very, very pretty when you first spray it, but then as it dries down, it gets very creamy because of that cream at the end. It's so good. And because it's my birthday month, I wanted to go ahead and add it in here just to go ahead and get some use out of it. And this is, again, one of my favorite perfumey fragrances, so I'm so excited to go ahead and use this one. Not up completely, but if I do use it up, I'm also okay with that as well. This is just so good, and I'm so excited to go ahead and use this. So that is 1,000 Wishes. So those were all of the fragrances in my Shop My Stash for the month of September. So I'm so excited to go ahead and use all of these, y'all. I've been enjoying quite a lot of these already, and I'm just so excited to go ahead and enjoy them even more. So comment down below some of the fragrances that you want to focus on for September. I think my favorite out of this Shop My Stash, I'm not even sure, y'all, because again, I do love most of these, but I think my favorites, my top three: Vanilla Romance, Blueberry Bun Cake, and Pumpkin Swirl Cake. These are just ones that I've been enjoying a lot recently, but again, I do want to go ahead and experiment with a lot of these ones. So that's my whole entire Shop My Stash. So comment down below some of your favorites that you want to go ahead and use in September, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys later. Bye!